This is Harvey Milk. This is to be played only in the event of my death by assassination.
May 7th on Queer Serial.
And that's when Harvey, within 8 hours of his knowing that he was the one, took me aside and told me that he expected to be killed and that he wanted me available to be his successor.
It's my duty to make this announcement. Both Mayor Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk have been shot and killed.
This is a moment that will determine our history and might take us back into the closet.
A new sister series about Supervisor Harvey Milk's final wishes.
What do you do with your anger? The story's not over yet.
Told by two people who were there. Historian Will Roscoe.
Harry and I witnessed that night from different perspectives. I was on the street, throwing rocks and setting fires at City Hall. Harry is an elected official.
And Supervisor Harry Britt, Milk's chosen successor.
And still, I don't understand why I supported Harvey Milk.
I carried petitions for Anne. I was not a fan of Harry Britt.
Featuring Harvey Milk's unedited audio will.
A tape he wanted played if he was killed while in office.
Third choice I would have would be Harry Britt.
I know I told him that I wasn't going to be the next supervisor.
Some people may find him wrong because he's somewhat emotional, but by God, what fabulous emotions.
Never again will our people ever stand by and let Dan White's people rule the day.
Then I got word that there was a candlelight march, and I made signs. At that point, I had learned how to poster the city.
Now, I was never good at knocking on doors and ringing doorbells.
All eyes turned to room 200 in San Francisco's City Hall, where Dianne Feinstein now sits at the mayor's desk.
Remorse must not beget revenge.
When Dianne looked at San Francisco, it was a very compassionate gaze. The problem is that her gaze was from Pacific Heights.
I would say $60,000 to $90,000. 60 to 90,000 people, excuse me.
I like challenging power more than having it.
And a lot of people have said that he is even more liberal than the former supervisor Harvey Milk.
I preferred anarchism, certainly. But I never felt like a boy. I always felt like a girl. I was a very good role player. In fact, that's all I did was play roles.
The basic difference in style is that he was a great man and I'm just Harry Britt.
Then the cops charged the steps.
Yes, I saw that.
And they came in from the north.
Yep, out of nowhere.
They certainly didn't say anything to me ahead of time.
There are reports that the cops are wearing Free Dan White t-shirts under their uniforms.
They blamed me for the riots.
The police are now moving out into the crowd. And just flailing about.
I'm insane. I'm like, hold me back. Insane. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
To me, this was a gay riot.
That was a righteous riot.
Running back, the police have literally beaten the crowd. Gay people are carrying gay people away who have been hurt and hit as the police have moved through.
And then that's when the lesbians broke in downstairs and tried to set the computers on fire. And
see, I didn't even know about that. I went home and I called the mayor. And I told her that the cops were totally responsible, and her eternal, never to be forgotten answer to me was, and I'm saying this on the tape, I never have said this in public.
There will be a major police presence throughout San Francisco.
We are tired of dealing with pigs.
He came out of the gate running.
And I sure as hell don't have to tell you that Harvey Milk's people do not have a damn thing to apologize to anybody for ever.
Now, Harry Britt, wearing his signature brown tweed jacket, riding the bus to work every morning, aims to turn Harvey's wish list into political wins.
How do you find politics on the board? A lot of people have...
I love it. You learn a lot.
I've thoroughly enjoyed trashing the Queen.
I'm going to direct this directly to Harry Britt. Now, what I would like to know is where you get off being the supervisor of this city.
Time for us to understand who they serve, who they play to, who they lay down for.
Tell the truth!
We were not supposed to be a minority that you have to be nice to. We needed to be a minority that you fear.
Another chapter in the ongoing story of gay liberation or assimilation.
Listen to anybody that tells you you don't need to fight back, but they'll get
Tragedy of our putting all of our eggs in the gay marriage basket, I find that stupid, strategically stupid.
Testing for the AIDS virus. Should we be tested or not?
The AIDS epidemic was more than I could handle. I would go away, check into a Motel 6 in Tracy, and just get away.
Where is Harry Britt? The Bay Area reporter wants to know.
I couldn't do this every day nonstop.
That's when I started to stay in the hospital every night.
Yeah. As long as I was the only gay person on the board, there was no option of leaving.
I wish I had time to explain everything I did. Almost everything was done in the eyes of the gay movement. And so the following is my thoughts, my wishes, my desires, whatever. And I'd like to pass them on and have them played for the appropriate people.
I really didn't want to hear it, and the only way I could handle it was to think, this is just Harvey being paranoid here, as he's not going to get killed.
7 episodes created in collaboration with historian Will Roscoe.
I'm Will Roscoe, and this is Give 'em Hell Harry, the man who kept Harvey Milk's dream alive.
Also featuring the voices of Diane Feinstein, Randy Alfred, Jane Fonda, and Harvey Milk.
Because as individuals we don't have very much, but all together we have a lot of power.
Introducing Harry Britt.
Harvey's gone, but all of us who cared about him and the things that he stood for realize now that it's our job.
The new series begins May 7th, wherever you listen to podcasts.
The chant is,